Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Youth Baseball Midwest Report. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you supporting our show. And if you would take a moment, hit that subscribe button, hit the dinger, because we hit dingers in baseball. That's the way we do that. Hit the dinger, get your notifications for upcoming shows. Remember, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. We do appreciate it. Also, real quick, Game 7 Baseball. Dave Penning, Dave Schmidt, big shout out to those guys. Youth Baseball Midwest Report is powered by Game 7 Baseball. Game7baseball.com. Get your team registered. They got great discounts for multi-tournament discounts. They got leagues coming up at Grand Slam Park this year. You got your youth leagues. They got a high school league. So get your team registered there. Go check it out. They got great venues in Branson, got great venues here in St. Charles, St. Louis metro area, Illinois, Tennessee down there with Jody Witt. What more do you want? Game7baseball.com. Appreciate you guys. I got Mike Buda with me today, man, from the St. Charles Capitals. Good to see you, Mike.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
It's been a minute since we've seen each other on the field, hasn't it?
Yeah, we definitely crossed paths. 15, 16U baseball?
Yeah.
I remember playing over there at House Central with you guys.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. So how's it going over there?
It's going. We're still kicking. We're still doing what we got. I mean, I've got 5 high school level teams this year, so we're still doing pretty well. And then I'm growing the youth teams as well. So I've got 18U, 17U, 2 16Us, a 15U, 13U, 11U, and then I've got an 8U, 2 7s, and a 5. Just
5U?
5U.
I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, Josh Rogers, former Stallions coach, he coaches his 2 sons teams. One's a 7U and one's a 5U team. So, I mean, they just throw on our jerseys and they play league out of O'Fallon usually and maybe a tournament. So
just having some fun.
Yep. So
it should be just fun at that, right? They're chasing butterflies.
Exactly.
So tell me. So you've got this SLABA organization. And I've been part of SLABA. My son played SLABA ball with the Stallions. Mm-hmm. And so give us a little report. What's the state of SLABA baseball?
So, SLABA's been around for probably 30 plus years. Mm-hmm. I mean, I played SLABA growing up in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. And actually the league or the organization I played in, the American National West Eagles at the time, slowly branched off and that's the organization we are today. I mean, we changed names back in 2012 to the St. Charles Capitals because we separated from American National out of North County. And so, it was kind of a way to fully complete that separation by changing our name and everything. So I've been running the Capitals for 9 years now, I guess. And we've stayed a part of SLABA. SLABA's still running leagues every year. At the high school level, and even this year we've expanded to 13U and 14U leagues. So we're still kicking. We're kind of evolving with the state of baseball, and kind of just trying to keep it going because we still feel that playing that competitive league throughout the week is the way to go. I mean, baseball's a grind, and we the guys that are involved with SLABA, we still enjoy having that league throughout the week instead of just playing tournaments. So,
I'm going to steal the quote from Moneyball. Billy Bean, adapt or die.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, and there's been times that I was afraid that SLABA might die, but we slowly adapted, and we're still going along, and we've lost some of our organizations that were kind of some of the key contributors that got it started and stuff like that, but we've added different ones in, and we just keep evolving and moving along. So,
because I don't think the St. Louis Redbirds are still part of SLABA because they were one of the founding members, weren't they? Yeah.
Yes, they were.
Because that's where, Ryan Howard, David Freese, that's all SLABA baseball. There's a lot of history.
SLABA's got a lot, and don't get me wrong, a lot of these guys have played for other organizations as well, but at some point in time, there's been multiple big leaguers that have played through SLABA baseball. Ryan Howard, David Freese, you got Max Scherzer, Kyle McClellan, David Phelps. You've got all kinds of guys. I think we're in the teens, maybe even the 20s of major league guys that have at some point in time played SLABA baseball.
Wow. So How many teams are still in SLABA? How many guys got there still?
So within the organization, within SLABA, there's I want to say about a dozen organizations.
Sure.
Now they don't have teams at necessarily every single level,
Right.
but we have a 18U, a varsity league, which is 18 and 17. We combined that a couple years ago, so we have the 18U league, 16U league, and 15U, and then again this year we're starting a 14U and 13U league. But we've added teams from Illinois. And we've had multiple through the years, but some of our main, we got Mascoutah, Illinois. We got, Waterloo, Illinois.
Okay.
And, we've had Edwardsville and some different teams, and O'Fallon, Illinois. Actually, we still have an O'Fallon, Illinois team called the Blue Sox that are in our organization.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, and then we've got, Chaminade's got a team. So Chaminade, some of these high schools that still try to put a summer team together. Mm-hmm. We've got some of them with Chaminade, and then the St. Louis Patriots, the homeschool program.
Oh yeah,
they're within SLABA now as well. So we've kind of, again, it's ever evolved. We still got we've got that core of group of teams with the Capitals, the St. Louis Tigers, the Blazers. We still got those core teams, and then we've kind of filtered in some other ones too. So
very good.
Southwest Stars are still around. And, So
they still what is that Priory or no? What was the high school?
They had some kids from Priory. They also, I think, Whitfield. I think over there they had some of those smaller private schools, but then. Now Andrew Baxter does a good job. He's their director, and he coaches at Brentwood High School, and actually he was previously at Riverview, so he's got a little bit of the North County background as far as getting some kids from there. So he's got a good relationship with Harris Stowe, so he gets some guys that come in to go to Harris Stowe, and he's had some recruits that come in from Arizona that come and play summer ball the year before they go to Arizona. So Andrew does a good job, and it's always fun.
That's good stuff, though. I love that kind of attitude. You're trying to help kids get and that gets them acclimated to the area. They know it a little bit.
Exactly.
That's outstanding.
Right.
Work.
We're still. Our core values are always, just trying to let these kids have a place to play and have some fun. We've got teams that can be real competitive, and we have some teams that may not be the most competitive, but it's a place for guys to play baseball and have that competitive league, and still have our all-star game and our banquet, which is all pretty exciting for these players, to make the all-star game and stuff like that.
Yeah, Justin played in that all-star game. It was a lot of fun. I remember that. Yeah. So I want to ask you, because you're making mention, you're bringing a very some of the for lack of a better way to put it, club mentality into this thought process with SLABA. Is that what you're having to do?
Yeah, I would consider SLABA programs for the most part, and myself included, as kind of a hybrid program. We're a club team, but we kind of have that background of SLABA, and we play that league, but we still try to go to these showcase tournaments and showcase our players just like every other team. We just don't do as many, just because with our league schedule. And really our budget. Most SLABA organizations are still, non-for-profit groups that, are really just trying to give back, myself included. My high school level teams are paying $1,600 a player, and so, we'll go and play some of these high level showcase tournaments, but we may not be able to do that every single weekend. So
right.
And that's where we go and play some game sevens and stuff like that. So
yeah, you're picking and choosing. Yeah. And doesn't it come down to knowing your players then? It still is that same thing. Knowing your players, understanding what their goals are. Right. Understanding where do we go to maximize the recruiting effort,
exactly.
Correct?
Yeah, exactly. We, and the research shows most kids stay local. Within 300 miles, that's where most kids are staying. And, the majority of them aren't going D1. The majority are going junior college, D2, D3, NAIA. And, that's the kind of talent we get. If we get a D1 guy here and there, great. We love that. And it's usually, if we get a guy like that, it's usually a family that doesn't necessarily have the means to pay for one of the bigger clubs that can go out and get them showcased every weekend. So, and then you got some families that don't want to travel every weekend. They want to stay local. And we go out of town once or twice, but we try to stay mostly local. So,
and I think there's the thing, and I've talked about this on numerous occasions with Youth Baseball Midwest. I believe there's a place to play for everybody.
Yes.
And you're right. It's cost prohibitive at times for folks. I mean, it's expensive to travel. If you're going to Atlanta and Florida and
right.
I mean, can you do that? How do you maximize your opportunities within a budget?
Exactly.
And I think it's making those decisions and understanding what you do. And there are places. This is why I enjoy these types of conversations. This is what Youth Baseball Midwest is about. We want to showcase and give people a platform, an opportunity to say, hey, do you still want to get good quality opportunities?
Right.
You know, because there is that Division II, there is that NAIA. And I'm going to tell you, my son, he played NAIA.
Right.
And there's a lot of
There's some good baseball.
Oh, my gosh.
If you're playing college baseball, no matter what level, there's some good baseball to be played.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's you got guys that pick a school that may be great at baseball, but pick a school because of the academics. They may be great baseball players that could have went to a D1, but they chose academically to go here, or location, or family things that kept them closer to home or something like that. So there's good baseball at all levels.
Absolutely. And, you know I've met a lot of kids that want to continue to play baseball, understand and know that their level, their peak is going to be at that. They're probably not going to get to that major league level or professional level, for lack of and that's okay, but want to play and are looking at, like you said, education. Where do I want to go education wise? And then it meets in that, and you got a really good student athlete there.
Exactly.
Don't you?
That's your key word, student athlete. Student comes first. You're not going to get nowhere without the academics.
And it was interesting because we were out at the PBR event, and I said, I'm the buzzkill guy. I'm going to ask you, how are the grades? Yeah. And that's the thing, because I do believe no matter what, anybody would like to think you're aware of this. You've been around it a long time. Baseball scholarships are much different than football and basketball scholarships. And if you don't know that, you should know that.
Right.
If your son is trying to go to college and play, because how they recruit, how much money you get, academics play a big part of that, correct?
Yeah, definitely. And I worked for a college, and I coached at the college level at St. Charles Community College years ago. And, in this world that we live in, I mean, athletics is one thing that's getting cut even more and more every day. And so these programs don't have the means that they used to have, and recruiting and stuff. A lot of it's done virtually, or, stuff like that. So it's definitely evolved. I mean, baseball has changed over the last 10, 20 years so much, especially in this area. It's just crazy. And again, I mean, if you don't move with it, you're going to get left behind. So
talk about some of your kids, man. Let's what you got?
Yeah. So our 18U team, we've we're a solid team, nothing special, but we've got a kid that just signed to go to Maryville. Mm-hmm. We got a kid that's going to Lincoln Christian University over in Illinois.
Very good.
So we've got guys going everywhere. And then, it's funny, we were talking about recruiting. I mean, I give lessons to this kid. I've been giving lessons to this kid for probably 10 years, and he's a 17U player right now. He came to me a week ago and said, I want to go to Merrimack, St. Louis Community College, Merrimack. And I go, I work there, right? And he goes, I never realized that. And I go, well, I can talk to the coach. He's like, you know the coaches? And I'm like, he was so excited. And so I shot a little video of him last night and text that over to their coaches. And, first thing I said, he's a great kid, good grades. I mean, that's what it starts with. It starts with the grades and how are you as a person? Because, that's what they want. And especially if a kid that works hard, has some talent, wants to go there. And I always tell my players, go to a school that wants you, go where you're wanted, because that's going to be the place that wants you, and that's going to be your best fit, more than likely.
It's an understanding too. If some of these programs, how deep is the depth chart, right? And you say you got to go to a school that wants you, because if you're going and you're like, oh, you're on that boat, it's like, yeah, okay,
you got those 40-man rosters,
right? And you're number 4 or 5,
right?
Opportunity,
exactly.
It's tough, isn't it?
It is. It's very tough, and some of these guys don't realize that. Some guys think that, there's 25 guys on a team, but that's not true. It's not like high school. You got a lot of colleges that use athletics as a recruiting avenue.
Yes.
And they bring in as many kids as possible. And they might have multiple, you might have varsity team, JV, whatever. Or they might redshirt guys. You know, even at the community college level, at the JUCO route, you know, those guys are bringing in 40, 45 guys every year. Now, they don't finish with that many because you got guys that fall on the wayside along the way. But, you know, they're going to end up with their 30 kids. And even at 30, that's tough to find some playing time sometimes.
You know, and to your point, I think that's NAIA. I think it's a great time if you're looking for a good school and whatnot, NAIA, because there was 52, I think, on the roster Justin's freshman year, 52 kids.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he got an opportunity to be in the bullpen but they have a JV squad with NAIA.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how many others, you know, I don't believe D1 and all that that's not part of that.
Right.
So if you're not in that tier,
right,
you're just sitting on the bench.
Exactly.
I think D2 is a similar thought process. Yes.
Yeah, I believe so.
I think they might have a JV team. It just depends.
Right.
But, you know, that can be a difficult proposition if you're not playing. How do you get better? Where's your opportunities?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And even then, I mean, some of these, you know, NAIA D2 schools, you know, coaching staffs, you know, they may only have 2 coaches. So if you got 35, 50 kids, whatever, it's hard to get seen at practice, even if you are working hard.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And the development aspects of those things. Are you a hard worker? Are you going to work on your own game?
Exactly.
There's a lot of factors involved in this.
Playing college baseball is a full-time job. You can't just do what you do at practice and be done. You gotta put in extra work.
Exactly. And I think there's so many realizations for kids, and I think the opportunities and, you know, who are you playing for high school-wise in the summer? Talking to those coaches, making sure that you understand the process.
Right.
Do you have whether it's a club team or, you know, SLABA cap, is there somebody there to help you with that process?
Exactly. And we try, and our organization does that. We provide that for our students, or for our athletes, student athletes. You know, we actually use a recruiting service, Next College Student Athlete, NCSA. So all of our high school guys get a membership to that with their fees. And we help them along the way, you know, and we got guys that, you know, that I got a kid that's at Hannibal LaGrange that honestly said, I would have never had this opportunity if it wasn't for NCSA. You know, I mean, there's only so much we can do as coaches and parents, and, you know, that extra platform just to kind of help boost that, and you may find a college that you never even heard of, or that, you know, that you find a place to play. So,
right.
And that's just it. I mean, we try with the Capitals and most of the other SLABA organizations. I can't speak for all of them, but I know the majority of them are in the same boat as me, and we're going to do whatever we can and to get these kids to the next level. And even if it's another kid from another SLABA organization, when I don't have as many ties at St. Charles as I used to, but if I had a kid that I played against, I'm like, man, hey, coach in St. Charles, hey, I like this kid. You might want to take a look at him. So It's not just about my players. It's about the other players within the league as well.
Building those relationships.
Exactly.
Get you out of here on this. It's changing too, and having those recruiting services and having those opportunities, video is going to be a big part, especially with what happened this last year.
Right.
And it's changed recruiting, especially on the baseball level. Would you agree?
Oh, yeah. And like I said, a lot of it comes back to some of these colleges' budgets. It's easier for them to get video sent to them than to try to go catch a game. They just don't have the money to travel like they used to, and it's just the way the world is, technology. I mean, why can't I just sit at my computer and pop up a video and be like, man, I like this kid, you know? And then if I want to take that next level and go see him, then I can do that, you know? But it starts usually with that process of at least seeing some video to get an idea of where this kid's at and if he might be a good fit for a program.
Very good. There it is. Man, that was good. Yeah. I enjoyed that a lot.
Who doesn't enjoy talking baseball?
Right, I do. And sometimes, too, my wife, said the detriment, there's like, can we go now?
Right. Oh, yeah, my wife says it all the time. She's like, you're always the last one to leave because you're always talking to somebody. And it's, hey.
I'm with you.
So,
Mike Buda, St. Charles Capitals, guys, if you're looking for some, SLABA baseball is still there. Very, very big part of the community. And keep in touch, man.
Definitely.
We'll get you back on.
Yeah, check us out. I mean, SLABA.net is for the league, and then stcharles.capitals.com if you want to take a look at our program. We'd love to help you, whether it's with the Capitals or any other organization. So come out and see us.
Very good. Hey, everybody, thanks for joining us. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit your dinger, get your notifications. We've had a good time talking with Mike here today. Hope you enjoyed the conversation. Remember, all you pitchers, keep throwing strikes. You hitters, hit them where they ain't. That's the way it goes. Everybody have a great day in the Lord, and we'll see you next time.